Hey friends, hope you're doing well. Today I'd like to show you how you can generate artificial images with AI in only a few lines of code, and also how you can share this via app. And let's get into it. So what I have here is I launched Colab. The reason why I do this is because personally I do not have NVIDIA GPU, which accelerates the training immensely. That's why I'm using Colab, because it provides me a free NVIDIA GPU to use. And I can easily check whether the NVIDIA is enabled by simply running this command !, and then NVIDIA-SMI. So then I need to install a few packages, because what we're going to use today is from Hugging Faces. It's called Stable Diffusion to generate images from text. So I need to install it first in here. And I also installed the Transformers library as well as Gradio, because we want to use Gradio as the app to then create an app and also share this app maybe with other people. For free, by the way. So I already did this because it takes a little bit of time to install it here. But after this, it should run. If you run it in here, then you can import the necessary modules. So you can use Diffusers library and then import Stable Diffusion pipeline, as well as this Euler discrete scheduler. And also I imported Torch here because I want to use this as the data type. So what we need is a model ID, and this model ID can be, you can find it in the Hugging Face library. So you need to go to their website, and then you can search for the specific Stable Diffusion-2, which is the model ID, which is the pre-trained model we're going to use and download. Because we don't want to train this model ourselves. This will take hours or even days, I don't know. And instead, we can simply use what's already there for us for free. So we instantiate the scheduler, and with this from pre-trained argument and the model ID, we can simply download the already trained weights for the model itself and the model itself actually, and save it in the scheduler. And we do the same with the pipe. So we simply use a model ID and we download the pipeline. So Hugging Faces is built in a way that there are a lot of pipelines, like for instance translation pipelines, which allow us to translate text from French to English, for instance, and other kinds of things. And we specify the scheduler here, and also the data type, which is torch.float16. And finally, we send our pipeline to CUDA, so to our graphic cards, to our GPU, just in order to accelerate the training. So then I download here the model itself, takes a little bit of time, and then I can specify a prompt. So meaning now we specify one sentence, and just feel free to come up with whatever sentence you want. Just write a sentence, and this sentence will be used in order to create the image. So this means with the help of AI and this model here, we become Pablo Picasso, for instance, right? So as a prompt here, I specified realistic photo of a 3D cartoon style flying cat with moon background. So I want to actually create a cartoon style cat, which is flying, and I want to have the moon in the background. That should be my image. And as I said, please feel free to come up with whatever kind of sentence you want, right? And see what the model can do for you. So then what we need is we need to put this sentence in our pipeline. And for that, we can specify a function, because if we create a function doing this, we can also use this later on in our Gradio app. So it's a simple function. It just takes the prompt, so meaning the sentence, and then we just put the sentence in the pipeline. We specify the height and the width of the image, and also scaling. And then we simply, because it returns some kind of dictionary, so we say we want to have the images, and because it's a list, we would like to have the first element. That's why we specify 0 here. And then we just save this, for instance here, which would also allow us to download this image from Colab if we want to do that. And you can give it any name. Just make sure that you specify a file type like PNG. And then you return the image. So, and then I tried it with actually this sentence I put in here. And let me just show you what came up, or what the model came up with. That is the result. So, and if you think about that, it's a photo of a 3D cartoon style flying cat with the moon background. Well, it is a cat, and it is a cartoon cat, 3D. It is flying, and actually, if I take a look at this is the moon in the background, right? So actually the model was quite good to transform this specific sentence into a realistic image, like that one. And I can only speak for myself, but I personally would not be able to draw something like this. So it's much better than my paintings, at least, right? And then what we can also do, if you want to share this with someone, you can use Gradio for that. So that's what I did here. If you already installed it, and actually we did this, so you don't need to run it twice, because it's already installed, I think, up there. But what you could do here is the following. You could import then Gradio, and then you can create an app, which is this one. Simply by using the interface. And what the Gradio app needs is actually a function. That's why we used actually this function here. And next to the function, it needs the input, which is a text, and it needs the output, which actually is an image, right? Because what we want to do is we want to input a text, then run our pipeline, which is text to image, the function, and then we want to generate an image as an output. You can give it a title. I used a German title here, but you can write whatever you want. And then just need to launch the app. And I specified share true and debug true, so you can share it. And what you do this, you get actually here a public URL, which is this one. And you can also see it's available for 72 hours. Meaning, we can run this, as I do already here. And then we can simply click on this to get to the app. Then a new window opens. Mine's already there. And this is what you get. And you can then insert a prompt in here, and then an image is created. For instance, here I said, I want to have a flying 3D cartoon car with city as background, right? And I got this one here. But again, I was using a cartoon. Let me just show you that this really works. Let me just close this. Let me go in here. Let me actually reopen it. Click on this. Close. And now you can see that this is our app, which you can, as I said, send to anyone and share with him or her. And let's say I want to see, I don't know, let's see, I want to see an elephant let's say an elephant in India. Or let's try the following. Let's say an elephant in a city in India. Let's just see what this tells us, what this gives us. So this time we don't want to use a cartoon. Let's just click on submit. And then the model will now run. And then when it's done, it will actually create the image here for us. So this should take around, I think 25 to 30 seconds. So it will take a little bit of time. But of course, you also need to keep in mind, all we do is we give it a little sentence here. And also, I mean, the more specific you be in the sentence, the better probably for the model when it generates here the image. So specify, as we've seen before, when I said I want to have a 3D cartoon and so on. But here it is. Okay, so we are done. And you can see that there's an elephant. This is true. This is a city. And it might be a city in India. Of course, this is something we don't know. But here, this is just an example when you put some text in here and we generate an image like that as an output. And this is, at least from my point of view, it's amazing, right? Because there was nothing for us to really, code, because we use already pre-trained model. So we also don't really need to train the model. And with just a few simple lines of code, like this one from Gradio, we can generate an app from that, which we can launch and then share with other people. So then someone can enter here a text, and then the model is smart enough, based only on the text, to generate a complete image for us. This is really amazing, at least from my point of view. And that's why I'd like to share it with you. So please feel free to try this out yourself and see what kind of, text you come up with and what kind of images you generate. And also, please feel free to share this in the comment section. So I'm interested and curious what kind of ideas you have and whether it was a good or bad image, right? So that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you do, then please give this video a like, a thumbs up. Also, click on the bell icon to get notified if I launch new videos. And also, please, if you have not done so far, consider subscribing to the channel, because if more people subscribe, then of course it's also a motivation for myself to create new videos. So thanks a lot, take care, and hopefully to the next video.